Now, full disclosure, folks, my introverted nature and social awkwardness stemmed wholly from my low self-esteem in regards to my looks and my intellect. In this video, hopefully, I can just drop some gems that I've learned along the way. I went to a rather accelerated school, and I had a hard time with certain subjects. Also, there were girls I had crushes on, but the guys they liked were better looking than me, and it didn't help that they told me I looked funny straight up, you know what I mean? Like, kids are cruel, man. Now, years later, being around an extroverted person helped me to look at myself differently. Before that, I'm gonna tell you how bad I was. I didn't use mirrors unless it was to brush my teeth or my hair, etc., because I didn't like to look at my face. My self-esteem was that bad. In retrospect, if I had some sort of confidence in anything about myself, it would have helped tremendously. But I had nothing that made me feel worthy of being liked or proud of myself. Now that is some sad shit. It does drive home something I've said in an earlier video. Accomplishments. Man, accomplishments are important to us human beings. You don't take them away from a child or a grown man or a woman. We need those wins, man, more than we realize at the time. I was just a person that just needed something to build off of, and I just didn't have it. So, an introvert with low self-esteem didn't like looking in the mirror because that's where the ugly guy was. Now, it was an extrovert who taught me different. He said, you gotta look at that mirror and say, I look good each day. Now, this is basically confronting my lack of confidence directly. I had never thought to do that. Not in all of my daydreams of being cool and well-liked. Never thought to just say, I look good today. Simple shit. I thought the idea was laughable. Stupid. I mean, me in the mirror saying I look good? Please. And full disclosure, folks, I never actually did it. But it planted a seed. That seed was a simple question. And it's one that you might have asked yourself. Why not me? I mean the real me, not my face. Like, why didn't people like me? It made no sense because I never did anything to anyone, and I was a funny guy. At least that's what I thought. I mean, I definitely wasn't a jerk. Why couldn't people see me as a nice person? To hell with nice looking. I wasn't ever going to be that, so I gave up on it. I may not have liked my face, and I didn't think highly of myself, but I just knew I was a decent person. Focusing on my face and intelligence kept me from seeing my character, which is arguably the most important thing about a man or a woman when you think about it. So yeah, look in the mirror each day and say, I look good. That advice from a high school friend of mine named Steve changed everything for my low self-esteem going forward, folks. I learned to see my character and love me and never let me feel less loved. Now, of course, this is life. Things have happened to make me feel like I'm less than from time to time. Personal failures and such. But my default state is lifting myself up versus staying hard on myself or beating my self-esteem. No, I'm a decent person, and I'm proud of that fact. So why not let that character shine through? If it's good, it's a source of strength. And as long as you're not lying to yourself, then you can build an extremely strong foundation off of that truth. But again, I must stress, you cannot lie to yourself. If you've got issues with your core, with the person that you are, then you have to address those issues. You have to work on being a better person. Like they say, you have to do the work. But it was Steve that planted that seed to me gaining this knowledge of self. And as the years went by, I would call Stephen my brother, something I never had as an only child, and he was my only brother. He was extroverted, loud, and brash when provoked. He was 6'5", and unlike me, never walked with his head down, always down to fight, and yet he used to always blow my mind with how sensitive he was. Now here I am, 5 feet 11 inches myself. Now, out of curiosity, I asked him, how does it feel to be so tall, man? And he smiled real big, y'all. And he said, like a fucking god. He said, everywhere I walk, people are below me. This shit is dope, son. When they gotta talk to me, they gotta look up to me. Yo, I loved his arrogance, man. Not for myself, but for him, man. It fit him, man. When he passed away suddenly in 2023, I was devastated. It hasn't been that long, and I miss him. But he did right by me while he lived. And to be quite honest, I started this entire video channel after he passed away. I needed to do something in order to just find a way to get through what I was feeling. I lost my friend and I lost my brother, but he visits me a lot in my dreams. And I also know that he is around, I just can't see him. But let me get back on to self-esteem. You know, raising your self-esteem can be a long process, y'all. For me, it took half of my life. I was so bad that I didn't like looking people in the eye because I thought they would laugh at my face. And I was a grown man at the time. And you know what's the most ironic thing? I was a big fan of dating. I still am. I love dating. I think dating is just a joint. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people who have low self-esteem. And the only way I was really able to tell that was because it was what I suffered from. I can't tell you how many times I was on a date with women and they would do the classic, oh, I know my hair doesn't look good, or, oh, I know my glasses probably don't make me. When people do things like that, those are indicators of low self-esteem, folks. It's rampant. It's really rampant. It's like I said, it was the most ironic thing. And when I saw that, it made me feel a lot more comfortable dating people. And I can honestly tell you, there are good women out here. And if you just take the time to build them up, they can really change your life for the better. The same for the men. If you take the time to believe in them, then they can really be great men. But focusing on being a good person, what came naturally, that was the way, folks. Me personally, I love to make people laugh. I love to talk to people, and even more importantly, I like to listen. I'm considerate because oftentimes I'm thinking of other people. No amount of self-esteem issues about my looks have ever changed those core qualities I was born with. And all I really did was get in touch with the way that I'm made, my DNA, or what could be my very real soul. And I drew strength from it, knowing myself. But I had to see my actions over time, folks. I wasn't perfect, and that was just fine as well. I was just happy I was okay with something about myself. Looking back, it's hard to believe that just being called ugly as a kid and being laughed at by girls, just being rejected, it's hard to believe that all of that could just cause these long-standing problems I had as an adult. But our childhood is called our formative years for a reason, folks. You know, if you want to create a messed up human being, destroy their childhood. Some adults make it through as good people, regardless of what you do to them as children, because their souls are good no matter what. But those people are not the norm. But I know I am one of those people. And to be quite honest, I wish I met more people like me. People that have just weathered the storm and still found a way to be decent people. I can't lie. It gets kind of lonely sometimes. But what else can I say? It is what it is till it ain't. I hope this video was helpful for some people. Check out my new channel. As always, people, get outside, get up off these phones, and do some actual living. And God bless and keep you. Take it light.